Money is one of the greatest inventions of humans. It makes life so much more convenient and fair than before in terms of trading goods. People used to trade a piece of land for a knife back in the day. That's what my grandparents told me. In return for a bolo or a cow, they were able to obtain a piece of land. That's insane! It may not appear to be fair, but in the past, a deal was considered fair as long as two persons agreed. Of course, the worth of a bolo is far greater than that of a plot of land, but there was no way to quantify that in the trade. Money has not only made our lives easier, but it has also made our lives more complicated. Why? You see, nowadays, you can have a nice life without money. You can provide for your own and your family's needs. You'll need money if you want to go to school. You'll need money if you are sick. If you have dreams, having passion is no longer enough if you don't have money. Money is a tool. That is why understanding money is critical. When I was younger, no one talked about money. People only talked about how little they had and how they wanted to go abroad to make more money. But no one talked about how to grow their money. When I learned about the concept of growing money, it was a big aha moment for me. I wish I had known about it sooner. I wish my parents had been knowledgeable and brave enough to teach me about money when I was younger. But hey, the past is in the past. I suppose it used to be different than it is now. I remember being curious about stock market in college and asking my professor. I heard he put his money into the stock market. You know what he said to me? Don't think about it. Focus on your studies. While it was beneficial for me to focus on my studies, I wish he had shown an interest in sharing what he knew about stock market. Oh well, maybe he didn't know much about the stock market at all. That is why when someone, particularly a student, asks me about the stock market, I get excited about guiding them to learn about it and begin investing. By the way, I'm Franklin Villos, a financial educator and a home-based dad. In this video, I will discuss 7 pieces of financial advice I would give to my younger self. To my siblings Dido, Tata, Inday, Francis, and JL, this video is especially for you. Do not compare yourself to others. Never ever compare yourself to others in any way. Someone will always be more talented, more attractive, and better than you. As a fact, this will only feed your insecurities. You know, self-esteem is essential. It's very important, and you must make every effort to ensure that your perception of yourself is unaffected by other people's perception of you. When you compare yourself to others, you will notice you are superior in some ways. This will shape you into a superior and overconfident individual. Another issue with comparing yourself to others is seeing their latest gadgets and toys, and you will feel obligated to keep up with them. That's fine if your parents can afford you to buy you whatever you want. But what if they can't even make ends meet? Just keep in mind that trends are only temporary. They don't last for long, and in the long run, trends lose value. So instead of following a trend, focus on doing something that will benefit you in the long run. Do you have dreams, aspirations? Focus on those. Work on those because no one's going to do it for you. Every effort you make to achieve your goals is worthwhile. Even if you don't see an immediate benefit from your efforts, just keep going and believe that your efforts will be rewarded in the future. Others may not appreciate every effort you made. I understand how it feels to feel as if no one cares about your efforts or accomplishments. I remember those days when I was still in school. I told everyone at home that I got good grades and that I was on the dean's list. Then my parents didn't even say congratulations. So I advise you to do it for yourself. Do it for the sake of self-satisfaction. Do it for the sake of doing it because I know that you will celebrate your success someday and say to yourself, congratulations self. Make reading a habit, especially a personal finance book. People say that the best teacher is experience. That is correct. However, it doesn't have to be your experience. It could be from someone else. We can learn from the mistakes and triumphs of others. We can learn a lot from their experiences. That is wisdom, learning from the mistakes of others. Now, I'd like to recommend 3 books for you to read. Promise, they're not like your textbooks. They're not boring. These books are easy and fun to read. The first one is by Bo Sanchez. This is the first book that gave me confidence in investing in the stock market. Well, it's fine if you're not ready to invest just yet. Just read the book to show your appreciation. If you heard the term stock market again someday, then you'd be much more prepared than I was to put your knowledge to use. The second book is by Robert Kiyosaki. This book is story-based, so you will be entertained while learning about money. In that book, you will learn two different perspectives on money. The third book is the book by IMG, The Secret to Saving and Building Your Future. It's also easy to read. This book will teach you the fundamentals of a solid financial foundation so that when you have your own income, you will know how to prioritize your budget. If you want a copy of this book, just let me know and leave a comment below. I also put in the description the link where you can download a free copy of this book. Look for a mentor who is open to mentoring and coaching you. I know that most Filipinos don't talk about money at home unless we need it. So you may find a role model somewhere else, someone you trust, probably a teacher, a relative, or anyone that you trust who is good at managing their finances. You can ask them questions, you can ask them to teach you or to guide you in money matters. If you can get them to share their personal experiences with you, you'll be getting free mentorship. That is priceless. So go ahead and find someone you can learn from. Don't rush into things. First and foremost, don't rush into a relationship. Perhaps you were subjected to peer pressure, especially if you're still in high school. You don't want to be left out. Everyone is doing it except you. You were probably afraid of being judged, that they might think of you as something else if you don't get into a relationship. Promise, I understand how you feel. And here's what I realized. People are actually busy with their own lives, and you are not the center of it. So stop believing that you are being judged by others. Remember that entering into a relationship is costly. You want to look your best in front of others all the time. That means you'll have to spend some money on grooming. What about compulsory gifts? What about special occasions? Relationship maintenance is also costly. Except of course if you enjoy spending time together in a library. What if both of you get carried away? You make the decision to marry, but you're still dependent on your parents. So don't rush into things. It's not a race. Take it slow. Instead, channel your passion for something else. There's so much to do in life. There's so much to explore. So that's one thing. Don't rush getting into a relationship. Another is your buying impulse. You may feel as if you need certain things because your friends have them. So it's always a good idea to ask yourself this question before buying anything. Do I really need this? For real? Like I would die if I didn't have it right now? If you'd be fine without having those things, then don't buy them. You should also consider whether your parents can afford it. If not, then resist the urge. And even if you can afford it, train yourself to delay gratification. Don't give in to your emotions right away. It's called self-discipline. Self-mastery is a skill that will benefit you in all aspects of your life. The earlier you begin to practice this, the better you will be in the future. Another strategy that helped me was to give myself some space to forget about it. For example, when I found a pair of shoes that I liked, I would spend time inspecting them, fitting them, trying them on, and then after that, I would go for a walk around the mall before heading somewhere else. The majority of the time, I forget about the shoes. I do this because in the past, I've bought items that I didn't like using, so that's a waste of money. Again, don't rush into things. Hone your skills and keep learning. While you are still young, hone your skills and cultivate an interest in your passions. That's because your priorities will shift once you graduate from college, get a job, and possibly start a family. You will be preoccupied with a lot of activities throughout your life, so develop them while you are still young. If you're really good at it, you might be able to monetize it in the future. Start saving early. Yup, even if you are still dependent on your parents' allowance. It doesn't matter how little you save. What's important is that you are able to develop that habit of saving. The key here is to develop a good habit. It's what sets you apart from others. And then once you've saved a certain amount of money, ask your mentor where you can invest it. Because it's not enough that you simply save. You must also invest what you have saved in order for it to grow. Learn the art of letting go. Learn to surrender. This applies to many things. not only money matters. At times, you may be required to give your project your all. Just give your best, and then let the results speak for themselves. If you get good grades, great, celebrate. But if you don't get good grades, then take it as a learning experience. Just do better next time. Sometimes you may be required to work as part of a team. Again, just give your best. Focus on your core strength while others do theirs. You will be able to produce a fantastic result that your team will be proud of. You can only control the things that are within your boundaries, and so just let go of what is out of your hands and let others work on theirs. You may have been told that you need to be good at everything. Don't listen to them, because no one is good at everything. Suppose you own a bicycle. People will tell you that you must be able to repair that bike. While knowing a quick fix is useful, it is still best to leave the long-term repair of the bike to the experts. Contrary to popular belief, hiring a professional to do the job will actually save you money because they work quickly, and it also saves you time. Your downtime will be reduced. And always remember that time is money. In fact, time is more valuable than money. If you do it yourself, there is a higher chance of error. It is also possible that you will further damage the bike. You could have used that squandered time to do something else productive, such as earning money. Again, simply let go and focus on your core, your strengths, and your interests. Of course, if fixing a bike is something that you want to do, go ahead and put in the time and effort. Otherwise, let it go and hire a professional to do it for you. So there you have it, the 7 pieces of financial advice that I want to share with the younger generation. If I could go back in time and meet my younger self, I would tell him the same things. Money has become many people's primary goal in today's world. While I agree that money is important, it should not be the primary focus of life. Our emphasis should be on the worth of life, regardless of financial circumstances. The best thing that you can do is to make money your friend. Learn how to make money and learn how to make money work for you. By the time that you have it, you will have the capacity to have more of it. You won't be surprised and you'll be an expert at it. That is the ultimate goal in life for me. Not just to have money, but to become money masters so that you can enjoy life to the fullest without being limited by the lack of funds. So yeah, that's it. 7 pieces of financial advice for my 18-year-old self and the next generation. This has been Franklin Vios. Thank you for watching, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to help support my channel grow and help more people. See you soon!